Hi everybody, this is CR number 15, helper video number 2. It says look at the equation. 5 times the value of 3 minus x equals 4 times the value of x minus 3. How many solutions are possible for the equation? Well, first of all, please try to remember we have 3 different types of solutions. We have one solution, which would look like x equals something or some variable equaling a number. We have no solution, which means both sides of the equal sign will not be equal to each other. And we have infinitely many solutions, which is when both sides of the equal sign are actually the same. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to circle the number on the outside of the parentheses because we are going to distribute it to each term on the inside of the parentheses. So a positive 5 times a positive 3 is a positive 15. I'm going to go ahead and write that down here just so I have more room. And a positive times a negative is a negative. And there's always a 1 in front of that x. And 5 times 1 is 5. And the x comes down with it. Bring down your equal sign. I am then going to circle the number on the outside of the next set of parentheses. And I'm going to draw that 1 right in front of that x. A positive times a positive is a positive, and 4 times 1x is 4x. I am then going to multiply a positive times a negative 3, and a positive times a negative is a negative, and 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so now that I've distributed, I now want to make sure, I'm going to change my color here, I'm going to make sure all my variables are on the left side of my equal sign, and all of the constants are on the right side. So by doing that, I'm looking here and I notice I have x's on the right side. So I'm going to draw my ladder. And to zero those x's out, I have to do the opposite. And because they're a positive 4x, by subtracting 4x, they zero out. But anything I do to one side, I do to the other. Please try to remember you have to line up your like terms, and x's have to go with x's. So if I have negative 5 and a negative 4, well, first of all, if I have 5 negatives here and 4 negatives here, I have a total of 9 negatives, and that x comes down with it. I still have the 15 in front, and that still equals a negative 12 on the right side. Now I have to go ahead and get my constants on the right side. If I look at my constant over here of 15, it's a positive 15. So to zero that out, I'm going to subtract it from both sides. These zero out on this side, and I'm left with a negative 9x. I bet right now you can already tell how many solutions there are. I have 12 negatives here and 15 more negatives, so I have a total of 27 negatives. Now the negative 9 is attached to the x by multiplication. I am going to divide both sides to undo that multiplication. These cancel out as a fancy form of 1. So I get 1x, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive. 27 divided by 9 is 3. That gives me one solution, and that only solution is 3. Now remember, when you do your problem, if you get both sides being the same, like 3 equals 3, or if that would be infinitely many solutions. If you get something that looks like this, the 3 equals 4, or something where both sides are different, that would be no solution. So try to remember that when you're doing your problem. Good luck.